Hey there, welcome to Listen and Travel Talk. All you need is a pair of ears, and we'll take you anywhere in the world.
I'm so ready. Last episode we explored the grand heart of Milan, the Duomo and Galleria. But today you promised something completely different, right?
Absolutely. Today we're diving into two neighborhoods that show Milan's more laid-back, creative side. Navigli and Brera. Have you heard of them?
I know Navigli has canals, but that's about it. Brera, isn't that an art museum? Wait, I had no idea it was a whole district.
It is indeed a whole neighborhood, and it's wonderful. So today we'll cover two angles. First, the history and landmarks of the canals and Brera's artistic heritage. Second, the famous Aperitivo culture and nightlife along the water. And just so you know, it's pronounced Navigli.
Navigli, got it. Okay, let's get started. I'm so curious about the people there.
Let's start at the Darsena, the old port of Milan. Can you imagine that Milan used to be connected to the sea via canals? It was a major trading hub.
Seriously? Why? I thought Milan was inland.
Exactly. Here's something you can only really know if you've been there. The Navigli system was designed in part by Leonardo da Vinci himself. He improved the locks and irrigation. The canals were bustling with barges carrying marble for the Duomo.
Wait, Leonardo da Vinci was involved with canals? I thought he just painted the Mona Lisa.
Oh, he was a true Renaissance man. He even worked on hydraulic engineering for the canals. Now, head north to Brera. This was the Bohemian quarter in the 1900s, full of artists and writers. The Brera Academy and Pinacoteca house masterpieces, like Caravaggio's Supper at Emmaus.
So it's like a little Montmartre? I always thought Brera was just a museum, not a whole neighborhood with cafes and studios.
Exactly. The real charm is wandering the cobblestone streets, discovering small art galleries and vintage shops. Locals call it a passeggiata, an evening stroll. And the best part, you can walk from Brera down to the canals in about 20 minutes. Now, the perfect transition from Brera to Navigli is Aperitivo. At sunset, the canal banks come alive with people enjoying a drink and free snacks.
Okay, but what do you actually eat there? Is it like a full meal?
It's a pre-dinner ritual. You order a cocktail. Then Aperol Spritz is classic. And you get a buffet of olives, chips, cured meats like prosciutto, and little tramezzini sandwiches. It's meant to tide you over before a late dinner around 9.
I love that. A whole culture built around snacking and chatting. And the canals must be beautiful at dusk.
They really are. The lights reflect on the water, and there's live music in some spots. A few years back, when I was there, I was genuinely blown away by this one thing. How the entire neighborhood transforms from a quiet daytime spot into a buzzing social hub.
That's the kind of authentic experience I'd want. Not just ticking off sites, but living like a local. Okay, I need to confess, I totally thought you could take a gondola-like boat ride on the Navigli canals. That's a blunder, right?
It's a very common one. But no, the canals are not navigable for tourists. They're too shallow and narrow. Instead, you walk along them. Another mistake. Going to the most famous aperitivo spot right on the canal. The best places are one street back, quieter, and better value.
Good tip! And what about in Brera? I'd probably head straight to the Pinacoteca and miss the neighborhood.
Exactly. That's the number one mistake. Just knowing this one thing completely changes how you experience the trip. Brera is a district to get lost in. Visit the Academy if you love art, but save time to sit at a cafe and people watch. And here's a tip you won't find in any guidebook. In Navigli, look for bars with a brass bell outside. That means they have a Ketty tradition like Venice, with small plates. So to wrap up, we explored the historic canals of Navigli and the artistic charm of Brera, and we discovered the wonderful ritual of Aperitivo, two sides of Milan that feel worlds away from the city center.
My highlight has to be the idea of an evening passeggiata from Brera down to the canals, then stopping for an Aperol Spritz. That just sounds perfect.
And here's a bit of travel wisdom. The real Milan isn't in the grand piazzas. It's in the quiet corners like Brera's cobblestone streets and the lively banks of the Navigli.
How was today's journey? Next episode, we're off to somewhere brand new. This has been Listen and Travel Talk. See you there.